Yep. Warnclex in play. Oops. Binding in play. Which double triggers. Triome in play. Hit for 6 again. Another Triome in play. And their Thieves Guild Enforcer in play. At sorcery speed, because you gotta blend in with the rogue players, right? Just having fun. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to help support. Today, we are playing the best combo deck in Call Time. This is Sultai Ultimatums with a mid-range turbo ramp format to help us get there. We're going to break down the deck list, talk about each individual card, why was it chosen to be included in the deck, move into our strategies and synergies, how do all of those cards come coherently together to form a aggressive, well-tuned and competitive archetype. Finally, we have the gameplay footage breaking down all of the playlines and interactions, along with, discussing any misplays that we may run into, so you guys can learn how to pilot the deck not only effectively but efficiently, getting the most out of your experience. So, of course, let's get into it. And again, thank you all for your time and attention, whether this is your first video or you've been part of the Wolf Gang now for a while. I appreciate you. Okay. Alrighty, welcome. Make sure to download Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant, a must-have addition to anybody playing Magic the Gathering Arena on Windows, available for free within my Linktree link. You can easily find it. Google Hello Good Game Linktree. This will recommend you cards, or I should say decks, based on your current collection, which is really cool. Plus all of the metagame analysis, deck statistics, and all of that. There's so much included within it. Again, this is available to everybody for free in my Linktree link. Moving forward, we're playing a Yorion deck. 80 cards, 3.9 average converted cost, 4 creatures and 44 non-creatures. Woof. We do have, of course, 32 lands in the deck, plus some MDFC lands in the main deck, and a whole lot of ramp to make sure that we're hitting that 7-drop consistently on time, and even, ahead of schedule on as early as turn 5, I believe, which is a lot of fun. So, breaking down the deck list. Yorion, I'm sure you know what it is, but in case you're brand new to Magic the Gathering Arena, this is our companion. Whenever we use a companion, we do have to follow the deck building rule. In this case, having 20 additional cards in our deck than our starting minimum, which is typically 60. It's a 4/5 with flying, and whenever it enters the battlefield, exile any other number of non-land permanents that we own and control, return them to the battlefield at the beginning of our next end step. We use this to bounce all of our non-land permanents that have enter the battlefield effects, because those effects will re-trigger, gaining massive amounts of value. Okay, so now that we're done talking about the whole deck, no, I'm just kidding. There's a lot more to go here. We do have 2 copies of Wolf Willow Haven. This is an enchantment aura, our first 2-drop. We get to enchant one of our lands, and whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional forest, which is really quite cool. Of course, we can pay 5, sacrifice it to create a 2/2 wolf at any time on our turn. It doesn't have to be sorcery speed, but it does need to be on our turn, which is, basically irrelevant. A 2/2 wolf for 5 mana isn't good, but the fact that Wolf Willow Haven will allow us to ramp is incredibly good, right? Moving on, we do have some more ramp spells in the deck. We'll touch on those first. 4 copies of Cultivate, 3 converted mana at sorcery speed. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal those cards, and put 1 into the battlefield tapped and the other in your hand. Shuffle your library. Again, allowing you to play 2 lands in 1 turn, and giving you a land to play, on your, either that turn if you've not dropped one yet, or on your next turn, which is really good. Just increasing your consistency of playing a land every turn. We also have 2 copies of Migration Path at sorcery speed for 4 converted mana. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle our library. Nice. So they go directly into the battlefield, which is really, really good. This costs 4 mana. It will propel us up to 6 mana on the following turn. And then, you know, if we're playing another land on top of that, it will be our 7th. So if we can play the path and have a land to play on our next turn, that's 7, which is really cool. So that's kind of our end game. We do have more ramp, though, within Binding of the Old Gods. This is a good transition into the removal. But before we get there, on our second trigger of Binding of the Old Gods, search your library for a forest card, put it into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. This allows us to pull an additional land on the 5th turn. Of course, that is only if we play it on curve. And when it enters play on turn 4, destroy target non-land permanent and opponent controls. So it's really cool getting removal plus ramping on a little bit. Finally, creatures you control gain Death Touch until the end of turn, which is basically irrelevant in this deck. We do not have any creatures that needs to go on. But where this is nice is the removal plus the ramp within land. With that out of the way, that's all of the ramp. So this is going to get us into our heavier spells. It's not only ramp that we need to get us into the combo of the deck. We do need some form of disruption and removal. This is most commonly found within the 4 copies of Heartless Act at instant speed for 2 mana. Choose 1, destroy target creature with no counters on it. Remove up to 3 counters from target creature. We have 2 copies of Eliminate, also at instant speed for 2 mana. Destroy target planeswalker with converted mana cost 3 or less. Creature or planeswalker, pardon me. We have some disruption within Jwari's Disruption. Instant speed for 2. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 1. The disruption comes in tapped, adding a blue to our pool. 2 copies of Soul Shatter for 3 converted mana. Instant speed. Each opponent sacrifices the highest converted mana cost creature or planeswalker that they control. And finally, Shadow's Verdict for 5 converted mana at sorcery speed, exiling all creatures and planeswalkers with converted mana cost 3 or less from the battlefield, and all creatures and planeswalkers with converted mana cost 3 or less from all graveyards, really helping us reset the field against many of our aggro matches. With now having the removal, the ramp, and the disruption out of the way, we can talk about some of our value, in which it comes in the form of 2 copies of Behold the Multiverse. Scry 2, then draw 2 cards for Telford 2. So we can play it early on and then play it later for a cheaper casting cost. And of course, the Scry 2, draw 2 will help us find our combo pieces, which we will need. We also have 4 copies of Omen of the Sea at 2 converted mana with Flash. When it enters the battlefield, Scry 2, then draw a card. We can sack it for 3 mana and then Scry 2 as well. Typically, we will not be sacrificing this unless we've already had Yorion enter play and be removed, because Yorion can bounce Omen of the Sea, giving us additional value. Now that all of the draw effects are out of the way, well, I guess actually we do have Seagate Restoration. For 7 converted mana at sorcery speed, draw cards equal to the number of cards in your hand plus 1. You have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. On the opposing side, Seagate Reborn is a Bolt land coming in tapped unless we pay 3 life. This will help us draw our pieces without a doubt. Now that we're into our combo, it all revolves around the Emergent Ultimatum. Sorcery speed for 7, 2 swamp, 3 forest, and 2 islands. Search your library for up to 3 monocolor cards with different names and exile them. An opponent chooses one of those cards, shuffles it back into your library, and then you cast the other 2 without paying their converted mana costs, exiling the ultimatum. Well, what cards will we be playing? Vorinclex, Monstrous Raider. We only have 1 copy in the deck because we're pulling it with the ultimatum. This is a 6/6 with trample and haste, and if you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many counters on it instead. Next up, if an opponent would put counters on a permanent or your player, you will put half of those counters on, which is really quite nice. We also have 2 copies of Alrund's Epiphany. I like to cast this with it as well. A 7 converted mana cost sorcery speed spell to create 2 1/1 blue bird creature tokens with flying, and then giving us an extra turn after this one, exiling the Epiphany. If it does end up in our draw hand or in our main draw sequence, we can foretell it for 2 and then recast it later from exile for 6 mana, so it's not really that bad. And of course, we have a copy of Kiora, Best the Sea God. When it enters play, creating an 8/8 Kraken with hexproof. Next up, tap all non-land permanents our opponents control. They do not untap during their next untap step. And finally, gain control of target permanent and opponent controls, untapping it. That's not it, though. We also have 3 copies of Tibalt Cosmic Imposter, a 5 loyalty planeswalker, and when it enters battlefield, we get an emblem allowing us to cast spells with any colored mana that have been exiled with Tibalt. +2, exile the top card of each player's library. -3, exile target artifact or creature. And -8, exile all cards from all graveyards at 3 mana, which, of course, because of the emblem, can be spent on exiled cards of any mana, which is really quite nice. We do have Valky, God of Lies, attached to this as the creature. For 2 converted mana, it's a 2/1, and when it enters play, each opponent reveals their hand. You exile a creature from each opponent's hand this way, and we can pay X to create Valky, or turn Valky into a copy of one of those exiled creatures by paying X as equal to that card's converted mana, which is pretty cool. So, more importantly than taking a creature is you get foresight of their hand. You know what you're dealing with for the rest of the game. So, you can play a couple copies of Valky early game and still pull it out of your deck with the Ultimatum as Tibalt a little later, which is really quite cool. Of course, your opponent is stuck between a rock and a hard place, picking between Vorinclex, Alrund, and Valky. It's a very hard decision. If something happens, or you cast a second copy of Emergent Ultimatum, you can look at playing Kiora Best, the Sea God, alongside it as well. With that out of the way, we do have 4 Fabled Passages, 4 Zagoth Triomes, a single Ketria Triome, 4 Barkchannel Pathways, 4 Darkbore Pathways, 4 Clearwater Pathways, 4 Forests, 4 Swamps, and 3 Islands. This is a relatively finely tuned deck. I'm still working on it a little bit for best of 1, but it's feeling very successful so far. You only need to focus on getting the correct mana. 2 Swamps, 3 Forests, and 2 Islands. This is really easily done through the ramp because we can pick which basic lands we pull with Cultivate, with Migration Path, and the Binding of the Old Gods can take a Triumph, which fills our land requirements as well. Stack non-land permanents like Omen of the Sea, Binding of the Gods to bounce with your Yorion for even more value. Get your combo Ultimatum off, and maybe you get Valky's ultimate ability right away because Vorinclex will make it enter as a 10/10, which is pretty cool. And you can immediately Ultimatum if there's full graveyards, gaining access to your whole graveyard, your opponent's graveyard, which is really, really cool and quite a bit of fun. So, thank you guys for watching the Deck Tech. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to your friends to support. You can also go ahead on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, our Amazon link, our new partnership with Grey Viking Games, which you can buy really cool sleeves with. Anything from the Flip sleeve, which we can't click on, to these brand new metal sleeves I got, which sold out immediately. So, check out that link for that. Of course, it's in my link tree with everything else, whether it be the 500,000 gem giveaway, free cash prize monthly tournaments, Brawl and Artisan, 100 one-on-one coaching sessions with myself that also comes with a cash prize, and so much more. So getting on everything, you guys. I really appreciate you helping support the channel and allowing me to grow the community to what it is today. I really, really thank you for this. Enjoy today's gameplay footage. Make sure to like the video as soon as you can and share it to all of your friends. That's the best free way to support, and of course, anything else is appreciated as well. Enjoy, 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 and we'll see you soon with our wrap-up thoughts. Going first, we have a payoff spell. We don't need this Sea God, and we don't have any ramp. So it's a little bit awkward, but I think we can get there, right? So let's just hold on. Let's play in slow. We need all the land we can get. This is an island. This is a swamp. This is a forest. Oh, man. Awkward. Let's pretend we're a rogue deck. Right? With Yorion. It's fine. Let's toss it. It's a 7-drop. We don't really need it. Yorion over. They're paying for that. Woe Strider, I assume. This is a hard matchup if we don't hit our ramp. Okay, they're gonna self-mill. We need more land. Forests. And swamps. Really? More islands? That's ridiculous. Maybe we can get a disruption out. So I guess we'll just counter this. They're tapped, so the disruption works well. Okay, that's a little bit better. Should we just get Yorion out there? Because why not? Sad Yorion. Right? This is the mini evolution. Stops us from taking damage. You know, it forces them into removal, which I don't doubt that they have. Four cards in hand. They take our Yorion. You dog. You dog. If we can pull a swamp. We're taking some damage here. Dang it! Or else they're just gonna sacrifice it. And we didn't pull our correct land. That's so sad. End our turn. The land drop's a little awkward there. We should have dropped this as a swamp, and then the haven would have been a forest. Oh well. One more chance. I don't even think it will be enough, if I'm being honest. I don't really see the sack happening here. They do exile Yorion. Let's see if we can top deck a swamp. No. Good game. So our opponent goes first. We have 3 land with a path and an omen. I don't think that's that bad. It's definitely not good. But we could do our best about it. They're playing mono red. Can we get to our Shadow Verdict? No, they're playing Gruul still. Let's pass our turn. Use Omen. Migration Path saves our mana eventually, so just playing now is the best bet for us. Removal, they have creatures. We don't need a second blue land. Disruption can go. Let's foretell our Epiphany. So worst case scenario, you know, we do get to 6, we'll have that. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So let's just Migration Path here. We pull a third forest and a second swamp. We have Seagate, right? So this is how we want the deck to operate. With a ramp, a slow opponent, and, you know, an ultimatum ready to rip. Okay, life. Vorinclex, Valky, Alrund. There we go. Let's see what we get. Vorinclex, Valky. That'd be cool. I think they'll throw Vorinclex back, but we'll see. Typically, that's the choice I end up making. Oh, wow. So Vorinclex in play first, and then Tibalt, which can immediately just minus everything. They've got nothing in their library, though. We get a Terror.
Make no mistake, I'm not.
I say let's just smash. I mean, Tibalt's at 14/14. We have access to the Terror forever. I'm not worried, right? It's just so strong. How do you come back from that? Unless you're immediately dropping an Ugin. And even then, I still got access to cards. The Henge is cool. That is an artifact. We can minus on it if we wanted. Maybe. We can also binding it.
Oh, come now, let me have my fun.
Let's just double turn it. Whoops, that's supposed to be a land. Doesn't matter. I don't think we really need to kill any of that. So let's just play the robber. And they're just over it. They're not having any part of it. Our opponent goes first. We have plenty of removal. I think we'll go swamp first. I mean, we could have done island. Doesn't matter. Now they think we're playing rogues, maybe. Mono green aggro? Question mark? Snow? Blizzard Brawl and what have you? They don't have very many snow permanents in play yet, though. Let's take that out. Same thing. Lots of removal here. Ooh. Protection from black or hexproof doesn't protect from the Soul Shatter. Let's pass our turn. We have removal and omen. Okay, this is a scoop. Omen for more land. The Triumph solves our problem. Passage underneath is good too. Yorion in hand. We can bounce Omen next turn. There's their first snow permanent. Harbinger. This will be 6. We won't have enough to Soul Shatter it and do anything else, really. Now, do we want to protect ourselves? Or do we try to go... Oh, we get the land. We just go for it. So the Harbinger's gone. There's nothing they can do about it. Okay. I like that. Hexproof doesn't protect when you have to pick the target to sacrifice. I'm just gonna, like, give them the hearts. You know what I mean? I'm so sorry. Sending my love. I'm supposed to make those mistakes. I want to look like a good streamer. I don't think we need a swamp. No, we have a swamp here. It doesn't matter what we play. Here comes the ultimatum. Either concede now or lose the game. That's the ultimatum. Valky. Dun 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 dun. Vorinclex. Dun dun dun. Alrund. Unos, dos, tres. We get Vorinclex and Alrund's Epiphany. It's quite fun. That double turn is always cool. Especially when we have a 6/6 with trample. Damage in. Well, I guess we just go for it. Yorion in play, bounces Omen. Good times to be had by all. Okay, our opponent goes first here. We have lots of land, lots of ramp. I'm very happy. Playing slow, building into all of our other stuff. Oh, really? Turn 2 ramp, turn 3 ramp, turn 4 ramp. What else could we ask for? Well, an ultimatum, of course. That should help. This can be a swamp. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We have Cultivate. We could have even triumphed and used this land. That's my bad. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Lots of land. We're good to go. We might even cycle this triumph. Try to find our ultimatum. Rule. Getting hit for 5 at least. Okay. We're gonna use our binding. Oh, the migration path on top of the mammoth. Nice. 9 freaking damage. Are you kidding me? And now we're gonna get hit by the Haven. Wow, I did not expect that. In our library with the passage, and we can maybe counter them if they tap out. I doubt it. They have 6 mana already. Okay. They have 4 colors. Oh my gosh. Praise the Lord. God is good. Can you imagine not having an island? Always Disruption takes care of it. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Let's just take a massive draw. We still don't get it. Are you kidding me? Where is this? Woof. Oh, Kranos. That's fine. Cultivate's fine as well. Definitely cycling those. Yorion in hand, let's pass. Sack, Unchained. They can't replay it yet. Now they can. It's not the worst. Alright, they won't be able to play it again. How have we not found removal?
I'm going back to the woods.
Let's see what we find. No removal, no removal. Removal of the wrong kind. Big draw. Heartless Act doesn't do it either. We do have our ultimatum. We need to hold up our removal. But we just lose because this got... Ugh, man, that sucks. Yeah, they just beat us. Frick. That was a close match. Because even if we drop this by 3, it's still lethal. Close match. That was so close. We shouldn't have killed this. We should have left it hit us and just ramped. The more you know. Okay. We've got this. That's fine. Our opponent goes first, of course. It's fine. We'll keep it. We have draw. We have removal. We'll do our best. Hey, mulligan. Triome in play. How do we always have this in our opening hand? You know what I mean? They're playing Gruul? I assume. Sorius, or sorry, Selesnya. There could be Oh, it could also be Naya, right? Let's take the draw first. It is Naya, yeah. Ah, shoot. I'm glad we got to do this now. They could have dropped Henge there, potentially. If we weren't on time. They're just taking the draw. That's okay. We're getting close. Let's push our Epiphany over. You know, I'm not really wanting to remove any of these. I'd rather draw and then just remove them all next turn. They're getting massive draw, though, which is kind of annoying. Five damage is unpleasant. Let's take our draw. It's good value. We're low on life, and they still have a thick hand, is the thing. We're on 5. We're ready to take double turns. They get a Mammoth. We really need some nice top decks. Pass our turn. Unless they have instant speed stuff, we should be able to nuke the Mammoth on entry. Oh, they don't have the land for it. I see. Man, that has got to... Okay, now they do. Oh, we get it. That's nice. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. May as well thin our library. Let's pull out an island. Force in play. Let's bind Scald, I guess. And now we can bounce in our Omen. Then Yorion goes on top. And then we take an Epiphany. $63 cards still. Another Scalds. Interesting. That is good for them. They get another Mammoth. But we're going to bounce the binding to kill it. Innkeeper. Okay. That's not what I expected. Giant killer for the draw. Okay. Omen of the Sea in play. Ultimatum stays. Disruption goes. Triome in play. Land goes out. Yorion in play. Bounces our goodies. Let's just kill the innkeeper. Land goes, eliminate, can stay up top. Pass our turn. We kill the innkeeper. Or the giant killer, sorry. Or the mammoth, whatever. We kill something. Yeah, we'll see. What else do they have? Oh, no. Henge. It's a good card. It's like we should be doing this, but gotta take the henge out. Real quick, give me a second. Let's just grab some land, whatever. Plenty of life. Well, maybe not. They could probably kill us here. Oof. Gonna hit us for 8. At least. Oh my god, okay. They have a cleave? They just giant killer us? Oh. That's lethal. Good game. We should have ultimatum first. Wow. We'll let him finish off, right? Like, that's a good match. We were greedy with taking the henge. Okay, one more match. Of course, our opponent goes first. That last match was a hard loss. I was trying to stay in control, but we should have just went for it. That hurts. I didn't expect the haste attack. Playing against big boy rogues. That's going to be an enjoyable last match for everybody. Yep. This is how they play it. Pass our turn, hold up act. Scrying with their land. I don't care about the 1 damage so much, but we may as well take it. don't know. Let's see how this pans out for us. Milling our removal hurts. They're not playing crabs. 3 cards left in hand. I guarantee one of those is into the story. Almost. Halfway. Alright, so Ultimatum's open. You know, they have to counter us. We have 8 available mana. If they have counter magic, we might play around it, but they just tapped out, right? They just used their Into the Story. And that's going to be game. There's no way they come back from this. It feels good to get a rogue win to finish the day off, I guess, right? That's always a positive for us. No counter magic. We want Tybalt. We want Alrund. And we want Vorinclex. Well, yeah, Vorinclex just for Tybalt. Vorinclex in play, then Belky on top.
The world tree will be kindled.
Double lands, baby. Let's take the damage. They have to immediately kill Valky. Which they could do. They have, you know, Bloodchief's Thirst, everything like that. They can't kill us both, though. Maybe they've got Heartless Act. And then they play a land. And kick it. Grace Tutelage. Okay, that's fine. I do not care. We're just gonna minus and replay our Vorinclex, right? We can Binding onto the Tutelage. We have 80 cards though, so down to 55 doesn't really hurt us. Yep.
I mourn your loss.
Vorinclex in play. Oops. Binding in play. There's double triggers. Triome in play. Hit for 6 again. Another Triome in play. And their Thieves Guild Enforcer in play. At sorcery speed, because you gotta blend in with the rogue players, right? Just having fun. I mean, there's a way out of this for them somehow. I'm just not sure which way. I cannot help. It's too much cards to have access to. They mill our Sea God. Heartless Act on Vorinclex. Again. Woof. Drown in the lock on the Enforcer. Then they attack Tybalt for 1. It's still attacking us. Nice. Let's double turn it. +2.
Surely you can
Land. We have plenty of cards. Let's kill the crab. Right, that's a good play. We can also kill the rogue. Our turn again. We, if you can believe it, minus again. Repo Vorinclex. And we attack for lethal. Whoa. Alright, so it works. It's there. It's a lot of fun when it pops. It's just going to be something that you need to kind of climatize yourself towards first. Woof. Alright, so, you know, I think this deck is really, really strong. I think that we made a couple slips. I think it's more important to get your combo off than to play defensively, because we kind of got annihilated by that mindset. But I think as we continue to play with the deck, we can continue to fine-tune it. It's going to be fine, right? And we try to play the role of the aggressor more than the controller, if you get my mindset. Even though there is a lot of control in the deck, we should still focus, you know, on Alrund's Epiphany, on Vorinclex, on Tybalt, and just win the game that way, rather than trying to go 1-for-1 on control aspects. So all the removal and control is just to help you survive, to get to your ultimatum. Think of it that way, and I think that'll really help increase your win rate. What did you guys think of the deck? Let me know in the comments below. What should I add? What should I take out? What did you like, and what did you hate? I read all the comments, of course, and really appreciate the time you take to leave them. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to your friends, support financially on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, our Amazon link, and by purchasing Magic the Gathering Arena codes through my Grey Vikings Games affiliate link. Everything is found in the Linktree link. Don't forget to sign up for the 500,000 gem giveaway, 100 one-on-one sessions with myself. I can't even speak. Free cash prize monthly tournaments, Brawl and Artisan, and so much more, you guys. Get in on it. I can't wait to see you within the community. Take care, and of course, I'll see you as well in the next video.